Welcome to abcspeakingskills.com, where people learn to speak without fear. Even before you begin your presentation, there are things that you can do to build the rapport with the audience, even though you're not in front of them yet. And one of them is clothing. What should you wear when giving a presentation? Now, this is a very interesting question because there cannot really be a very specific answer for it because it's so context sensitive. But I can give some general advice. You have to understand your audience and what their expectations are. And you have to balance the audience expectations against your own feeling of comfort with what you're wearing. If you have an audience of, for example, bankers, very serious formal organizations, then you need to take that into account. And if you turn up in jeans and a t-shirt to present to that room, the chances are you're going to make an immediately negative impression. It's not a hard and fast rule. There are plenty of bankers who are non-judgmental, but I would say on a general basis, really, you would need to be lifting the level of dress that you have there to a more formal standard. Maybe not the full business suit. You could perhaps get away with a smart, open shirt and smart trousers and polished shoes, but you would certainly be looking to lift that level up to be more closely aligned to their expectations. And similarly, if at the other side of the scale, you're dealing with a more social organization, just for example, a charity, they're less likely to be concerned with your formal state of dress. So perhaps turning up to a charity in a suit might, only might, because again, it's not a hard and fast rule, but it might be overdoing it, and they may feel that there's a gap between what they're searching to transmit to their audience and what you're transmitting to your audience. So you have to work that alignment out. Now for yourself, you have to balance the audience perception against how comfortable you feel. So if you feel outrageously uncomfortable in a suit, then probably it's a step too far to wear that, because that's just going to add to your nervous triggers that will reduce the effectiveness of your speech. So it's okay that you don't go all the way to your audience expectations, but you certainly need to move along there. So try to find that balance between what makes you comfortable and what your audience is expecting, and get those as close together as you reasonably can. It is a trade-off, but with a bit of thought and planning in advance, you can find the right balance, and that will increase the chances of you giving a good presentation and of not being nervous. My name is Dan Howden, and for more great public speaking tips, particularly for nervous and fearful speakers, come to abcspeakingskills.com, where people learn to speak without fear.